Okay, so welcome to chair yoga on this not so sunny day in Scotland. We'll just have to put up with that, I'm afraid. It's the summer as we know it. But come and join me standing up to begin with. Okay, so find a place where you've got a reasonable amount of space, away from your chair if possible, and stepping your feet nice and far apart. We're going to make our knees a little soft, a little bounce in the knees. And if you'd like to, you can give yourself a real bounce here to feel a strong connection with your feet. We're going to do some foot activation later as well. But before we start, a little bounce into the feet. And then bringing yourself to center, firm in your belly, standing tall, and gently twisting from side to side. Here in Kati Chakrasana, take your opportunity to feel how your body feels today. Notice the parts of the body that are very vocal, perhaps because they're feeling a little bit stiff or a little bit tense. Notice where you are going to take a little bit of extra care. And perhaps then notice the parts of the body that feel good. And we'll begin to draw our abdominal muscles inwards and upwards, lifting a little in the pelvic floor, keeping the shoulders really relaxed. If you want to, you can also pivot on your toes. And that might make this a little bit more comfortable across the knees or the hips. And then when you want to, if you want to, you can add a little dip of the knees. A dip in the middle and twist, dip and twist. Allow your weight to be in your heels as you dip, thinking about taking your bottom down rather than bending your torso forward. And if you'd like to, you can finish the hands by touching the fingers to the opposite shoulder in front and opposite hip behind. But choose something that's comfortable for your arms. Maybe they prefer to wrap around your waist or around your hips. When you're ready, you can allow your dip to go. Just keep pivoting on your toes. And today we're going to change from a twist into a side lengthen. So just allowing yourself a little moment to change the coordination. And we're going to just swing the arms from side to side. Aces. So now we're beginning to think about lengthening the toes we're moving away from. So you can keep a little soft dip of the knees in the center. And then thinking about pointing your toe away as you move in the opposite direction. And then if you want to, you can reach your arms a little higher up so that you get a stretch all the way down that long side of the body. If it feels like a lot in the shoulders, you can just do the one arm that's moving away from the pointed toe. And that's quite nice as well. Gives one of your arms a little bit of a rest. We're going to do 2 more to each side. And then we're going to allow the arms to steadily come to stillness. Step our feet a little bit closer towards each other and turn it back into a twist, but this time keeping the head centered and just moving the middle part of the body. So mostly the shoulders, the upper back. Feel a little bit of action here on the waist, drawing the abdominal muscles inwards and upwards, And you'll feel a little bit more action there on the waist. Aces. Again, just sort of soft, loose arms. And we'll get rid of some of that tension created by the earlier part of the practice as well. When you're ready, you can just allow your movement to come smaller and smaller until you're back to standing steady. When you come to steadiness, just widening the feet a touch, rolling the shoulder blades down the back, lengthening the crown of the head up, turning the palms forwards, closing your eyes or gazing gently downward, and noticing the effect of your practice. Take your awareness again around your body to feel what is vocal, the parts that are feeling like they need to make themselves a bit more known, and feel also where you have a sense of ease. Very good. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands to Namaste, lifting your chest, taking the chin only towards the chest, feeling that gentle stretching. We're going to smile gently to ourselves here, and then roll the left ear towards the left shoulder, and roll the chin back to the center, and right ear to right shoulder. So really soft movements here. We're not looking for any strain. We're going really gently with the body, side to side. Not pushing, not forcing, just easing, releasing. If you quite like this movement and you want to just extend it ever so slightly, you can bring the left ear to the left shoulder and then lift the chin up towards the ceiling and take the right ear to the right shoulder, making a little D-shaped semicircle. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, chin up, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest. We'll do one more in this direction, but only if you want to. You can continue with just the forward rolls. When you come to chin to chest, we'll go the opposite way. Right ear to right shoulder, lifting the chin. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. Right ear to right shoulder, lifting the chin. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. Just one more in this direction. Finishing with your chin towards your chest, smiling gently to yourself. Maybe just gliding the shoulder blades gently down the back as well. Just a touch more. And then when you're ready, raising your head, releasing your hands, opening your eyes, wiggling your shoulders. Very good. So making any wiggles that feel good. We'll take our fingertips onto our shoulders or onto the chest, somewhere that feels good, and make small circles with the elbows. So this doesn't mean that you're not working. You can soften your knees and create that stability through your center to feel like you're engaging a little bit in the buttocks, a little bit in the abdominal muscles. We can begin to make the circles a bit bigger as well. If you want to move with your breath, you can breathe in and up and breathe out and down. Great, I can see on the feed some really awesome circling going on. And then we'll go the opposite way. We'll start small and just allow your breath to be in a natural rhythm. And when you feel like it's a good time, you can build up your circle to be as wide as feels comfortable, because we're still going gently. And then breathe in and up, breathe out and down. Breathe in and up, breathe out and down. Let's do two more in this direction. Excellent. And releasing the arms down to the sides, again making any wiggles that you feel are useful. And we'll take the shoulders up towards the ears with a gentle shrug. Draw the shoulders really far back, drawing the elbows maybe touch behind the body, and allow the shoulders to come down so that the chest remains open. But we've also got a little firmness here, so we haven't done this. We've got this connection in the front of the body, stability in the center. And then relaxing. We'll do one more like that, shrugging the shoulders all the way up, taking the shoulders a little bit back, gliding the shoulder blades down the back to leave the chest open, maybe even turn the palms of the hands forward. Feel like you can center your head, that you haven't dropped your chin forward. And take a deep breath. And a deep breath out. And then relaxing. Make any movements that feel good. So hopefully now we've got that a little bit more fluidity to the shoulders and the chest and the upper back. We're going to activate our feet and then do some standing qigong or tai chi type exercises. So firm in the belly, up onto your tiptoes, and walk around your space. Doesn't matter if you're making a circle or you're making some sort of undulations like figure of eights. Do whatever feels good. Move in the way that feels good to you, but up on your tiptoes. And we're trying to be walking as naturally as we're able. So try to avoid looking at your feet as you walk. They haven't moved, they're still where they normally are. And all that's happened is you've changed your point of balance on the foot. Wherever you are, just stopping, floating your heels to the floor and sort of checking in with the feet, the balls of the foot and the pads of the toes, feeling that stimulation that they've had. Then up onto the heels, toes off the floor, and the same thing. And here, as you walk, try to soften your knees a little bit, soften in the hips, so you're not making a rigid walking, but you're making a nice step, keeping the arms nice and fluid. You can have a little wiggle of the bottom if you feel that that would be helpful. And you can walk both backwards and forwards. And sideways. And then wherever you are, just coming to stillness, floating the toes to the floor, feeling the heels of the feet. Maybe you can feel a little bit in the lower legs very active as well. Noticing the effect of your practice, then coming onto the outside edges of your feet, walking around your space. Here there's a tendency for that connection with the hands and the feet to be very noticeable, with sometimes people turn their little fingers upwards and make their arms very long, and bring the arms slightly in front of the body as well. So here, trying to soften the arms, and we're not trying to lose that connection between the hands and the feet, but we're trying to be mindful of it, aware of it. Super. Wherever you are, just stopping, floating the inner corners of the feet down, noticing the effect. And our last one, I'm going to bring the inside edges of the feet to the floor, lift the outside edges if possible, and walk around your space. Pieces. Here, there's a tendency to turn the thumbs backwards to make a sort of penguining of the arms. If you notice that that's happened, just softening the arms, allowing the chest to be lifted. Again, no need to look at your toes. And then when you're ready, just stopping, floating your feet to the floor, noticing the effect. So this is even more pronounced on a hard floor than it is on the carpet, but it doesn't matter, the effect is still the same. So for a moment, let's stand tall and close the eyes or gaze gently downwards. focus on the feelings that you can feel in your feet and your low legs as well. How we stand on our feet is so important. How we use our ankles and our legs, the knock-on effect into the pelvis and the base of the spine, how we are able to stand tall through the body. The space, the opportunity we have to move, it all begins at the feet. So we're going to just open the eyes gently, maybe take the feet a slightly further apart, so not really wide, not wider than shoulder width, but slightly further apart, and a little softness to the knees. I'm going to spread the toes out as much as possible and allow the toes to come to the mat so that we feel the expanse of the front of the foot. So often we're very much in the either in the toes or in the heels, and so we're going to bring ourselves to a centered balance. Hands onto the hips, a little bit of active tummy muscles. We're just going to rock slightly forward and slightly back. Woo, she says. Feel free to use your arms for balance if, like me, you need to. So just rocking slightly forward into the toes, slightly back into the heels, trying to keep the whole foot on the floor if you can. And of course, that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. And when you're ready, you can feel that point in the center of the foot where the body is lighter to hold. There's no strain in the back of the body as you're too far forward, or strain in the front of the body as you're too far back, but you're in the center. And when you're in the center, just doing a little bit of a sway from side to side to feel that you can find your center between the left and the right foot as well. Because often we have our weight down more through one leg than the other. And again, finding your center between the two. Very good. And then feeling that sense of lift, we're going to bend the knees, we're going to roll our hips. So we're going to work up the legs now into the hips. Just a little roll. If you can, keep your chest and your feet still, your head still, and roll through the middle of the body. And then we'll go the opposite way as well. Oh, somebody has just arrived. Two ticks. So we're rolling the opposite way. Very good. I think Sue joined our meeting by mistake, Helen. There we are. Okay, and then this time we're going to roll in the first direction, but if you want to, you can put more of your body into the movement. You don't have to, but if you'd like to explore the sides of the body, the lower part of the abdomen, the lower part of the back, and how it moves with a little bit more dynamism, movement. There we are. And we'll go in the opposite direction as well. Super duper. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to widen the feet. We're going to do some spinal undulations. So widening the feet, settling down into the knees a little, taking the elbows wide as you open the chest and inhale. And as you exhale, imagine a large ball. You're going to drape yourself over, scooping the belly in, soft knees, and just draping the fingers and the head forward a little. Breathing in, opening the chest, firm in the belly, firm in the pelvic floor, sorry. And exhaling, folding forward, scooping in, creating space through the back of the body. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. We'll do one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. We'll finish by breathing in, standing tall. Lengthening the arms and the legs, turning the palms down and just floating the hands to the sides. And then rolling your shoulders if they need a bit of a roll. Backwards and forwards. Okay. So let us do our little Tai Chi exercise. Now, if anyone needs to sit down for these, you can absolutely do these sitting down. You would simply perch towards the edge of your seat, have your feet nice and wide and soft in the knees, and then do all of the actions that we're doing, but just seated. Okay? For those who would like to continue standing up, we're going to take the feet a little bit wider than they have been, so a little bit even wider than the body, if you like. Oh dear, hold on. I think Helen and Sue are having a little issue, so we'll just keep coming in and out. There we are. So it might be the broadband down at Port Eppin, I think. Okay, so a little softness in the knees. And again, you can do that little bounce on your feet if you want to really feel that strong connection. But you might just hold still here and be aware of all of those parts of the foot that we've worked, the pads of the toes, the ball of the foot, the outside edge of the foot, the roundness of the heel, and feel that connection. In the center of the foot, we've got lightness, we can lift tall, and simply rest our arms down by the sides. I'm going to try to develop a sense of openness across the chest by drawing the shoulder blades down. So the shoulder blades come together at the bottom, but actually come apart at the top, broadening the top of the back. And then keeping the wrists very soft, breathing in as you lift the back of the hand up, anywhere to about chest or shoulder height. And breathing out as you simply float the palm of the hand down. Okay, breathing in and up, firm in the center. Breathing out and down. Nice, gentle, relaxed movement. Breathing in and up, almost like someone's drawing the back of your hand up the string. You're a puppet. Breathing out and down. Breathing in and up, marry your breath and your movement together. Breathing out and down. Really good, guys. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Let's do one more of these. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. We're going to turn the palms towards each other as we breathe in. Take the hands apart diagonally. Left hand up, right hand down. Breathing out, bring the hands towards each other as if you were holding a ball. And then switch to the other side. Breathing in, taking the hands apart diagonally. Breathing out, still firm in your center. Breathing in, switching sides. Feel the back of the body engage as you open the chest. Breathing out, drawing the hands towards each other. Breathing in, little softness in the elbows. Breathing out. Awesome. Breathing in. Breathing out. See how graceful and gentle you can make your movement. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll do one more to each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. In your center, hold your ball of energy that you've created here. And maybe just gently draw the palms towards each other and apart. Maybe you get a sense of that connection, that spongy or elastic feeling between the palms of the hands. And maybe you don't, that's okay. If you can feel your ball of energy, move your hands around it. And then you can place it onto the body wherever is useful. So perhaps if you're feeling a little low in energy, you can place the hands onto the abdomen, just underneath the rib cage. That's our power center energetically anyway. Manipura chakra. If you're feeling emotional, you might want to drop your hands a little bit towards your navel, or have one hand on your navel, one hand on your chest. If you've got an area of the body that needs a little TLC, you can always put your hands directly on that place as well. And here we're just going to lengthen our legs for a moment. So if you've been keeping your legs bent, you might just need a little time with the legs softly lengthened and wiggling anything that needs wiggling. Maybe close your eyes for a couple of deep breaths here. Then when you're ready, you can bring your knees into that sort of soft, just off straight position, and we'll bring the tips of the fingers towards each other with the palms turned up. We're going to breathe in as we lift the hands up to about chest height, and breathe out as we press the palms down, back down to the waist or the bottom of the torso. Turn the hands up, breathe in as you come up, and breathe out as you press down. Just doing what you can. Breathing in, gathering your energy, lifting it up through the center of your body, lifting also in your abdominal muscles. Breathing out as you gently press that energy down towards the feet, down towards the floor. Breathing in. And breathing out. We'll do one more and then we'll add the second part of the movement. Breathing in. And breathing out. Then coming forward, breathing in, lengthen your palms in front of you and up to wherever feels comfortable, and breathe out. Draw the hands down the sides of the body and back to your center, palms turned upwards. Breathing in, lifting through the center, breathing out, taking your energy down. Breathing in, reaching forward, still soft in the elbows, reaching up, maybe looking up a little. Breathing out, allow your wings to soften back to the sides of the body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, forward and up. And breathing out to the side. So let's put a little leg action in. So this time as you breathe in, lengthen your legs. As you breathe out, bend your knees. A little bit deeper perhaps. As you breathe in, lengthen the legs as well as the arms. Feel that stretch. And as you breathe out, you can soften your knees as your arms come back to the sides. Breathe in, lengthen your legs. Breathing out, pressing down, bending your knees. Breathing in, lengthening through the legs as you lift the arms up in front. Breathing out, softening the knees down to the side, knees down, arms to the side. One more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, arms and legs lengthening. And breathing out. Excellent. Then here again, in your center, maybe lengthening the legs a little, just seeing if you can feel that sense of energy between the hands. taking it and placing it wherever feels good to you. Rolling the shoulder blades down, spending a moment maybe with the eyes gently closed. And when you're ready, we're going to bring our feet a little bit closer together. Bring the hands to Namaste, lift the chest, and just take the chin towards the chest, feeling that gentle stretching. Maybe it feels more than gentle stretching, but if it does, just not pressing the chin too far down, accepting where the body moves to naturally today. Smiling to yourself, and in your own time, raising your head, releasing your hands, and opening your eyes. Awesome sauce, guys. So we're going to come to using the chair now for a little sequence that we do on the tiptoes, but also for some downward facing dog on the chair as well. So facing your chair, we're going to rest the fingertips lightly on the chair, and if you don't need the chair for balance, then you can simply go without, but everybody using a point of focus ahead of you that's not moving. Firm in your belly, check your feet are hip distance apart. That means the width of the palm of your hand between your feet. And we'll prepare by breathing in and sighing out through the mouth. Nice. Breathe in as you float up onto your tiptoes. Breathing out as you float the heels down to the floor. We'll just do 2 more of these. Breathing in onto your tiptoes. Breathing out, heels to the floor. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Very nice. This time we're going to twist as well. So breathing in up onto your tiptoes. Keep your left hand on the chair. Breathe out as you reach your right hand out to the right, twisting to the right, still firm and tall. Breathing in back to the center. And breathing out, heels to the floor. Bend your knees. Breathing in up onto tiptoes. Breathing out, leave the right hand where it is, open the left hand out to the side. Breathing into center. Breathing out and down, bend your knees. Breathing in, coming up, this time we'll do both sides. Breathing out as you reach the right hand to the right, twisting to the right. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathing out, twisting to the left, reaching the left hand to the left. Breathing out, back to the center. And releasing the heels down, softening the knees. Lovely job. This time we're going to take the arm up and over to make our twist. Okay, so holding the chair if you need to, firming the belly, breathing in and up. Breathing out, just settle the shoulders down, maybe relax the right arm down. Breathing in, reaching the right arm up and over as you twist, looking behind you. Breathing out, allowing the arm to come back to the center. We'll do the other side as well. Breathing in, reaching the left arm up and over, looking behind you. Breathing in, back to the center. Breathing out and down, soften the knees. So one more time. It doesn't matter if you do the opening sideways or if you do it over the head. So do whatever suits your shoulders best, okay? One more time, breathing in and up. Breathing out, relax the right arm down. Then firm in the belly, breathe in, reach the right arm up and over, twisting to look behind you a little. Breathing out, back to center. Breathing in, left side, reaching the left arm up and over, looking behind you. Breathing out, back to center. And releasing the heels down, softening the knees, just continuing to breathe. Aces. So from here we're going to do a little downward facing dog with the chair. And if you're mat adept and you want to do it on the floor, you can. But the chair is a really nice way to adapt this pose to create that sense of length without needing to to get your heels to the floor. So we walk our feet a little bit away from the chair, keep the knees nice and soft, roll the tailbone back behind you and lengthen your chest so that you try to bring your torso parallel to the floor, really soften the knees here, and you can use the chair for support of the upper body. If you feel you've got room, or if it just feels better for your shoulders, you can come down your chair even to your chair seat if you would like to. So just doing the variation that works best for you. And here we're still pressing down into the hands a little, scooping the belly in, trying to keep the head between the upper arms if it can go down that far. So if it's higher up, that's okay, but try not to let it come lower down than the arms. It just strains the back of the body. Really soften the knees here, just taking a couple of deep breaths. And then when you're ready to come up, you look forward, reach for the top of the chair and walk your feet forward. Very good. Rolling the shoulders. Aces. So we're going to counter this with a flying angel pose, so a balance. So stepping, you can use your chair absolutely for this, but we can also step to the side and not use the chair if you want to. We're going to start on the left leg as the standing leg, so the left arm can stay down. Right leg will come behind you, so the toes are on the floor. You can reach the right arm forward and up, so you create almost like a little arc through the body, a little semicircle of openness down the right side of the body. Now this might be enough to have the back toes on the floor, firmness in the belly, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Or you might prefer to float your back leg off the floor. That is entirely up to you. Whichever one you're doing, just reaching the top hand backwards and the bottom toes, so the right toes and the right hand, reaching them behind the body to create that space of openness. Looking forward, so not allowing too much movement in the head, maybe looking up just gently. Long, deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. And then we're going to float the right foot back underneath the body, float the right arm down to your side. In the middle, just make note of anything that feels. And we're going to come back to do another downward facing dog in the center. So hands onto your chair, we're walking your feet away from you, getting that softness in the knees, lengthening your tailbone, scooping your belly in, and coming into your downward facing dog. And here, this time, you're going to keep the knees very bent and sway the hips from side to side. Now, if that doesn't feel comfortable, of course, just holding a static downward facing dog, or you can just do a little wiggle. It doesn't need to be a massive wiggle. There we are. When you're ready, you can come back to center. Soft knees, look towards your chair and come up to standing. So we'll do flying angel to the opposite side now. So we're going to stand on the right leg, have the right hand on the chair, and draw the left toes behind so that the left toes are on the floor. We feel a sense of openness perhaps on the left side of the pelvis. Reach the left arm up, draw the shoulder blades down, active tummy muscles. And if you want to, you can float the back foot off the floor. If you want to, you can keep it down. Try not to lock your standing leg straight, so just keep a little bit of active effort in the thigh of your standing leg, your right leg, and draw the left hand and the left foot towards each other or behind the body. Lift the chin a little if you want to. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we can float the left foot back to under the body, left hand down as well. Aces. So this time, instead of a downward facing dog, we're going to do a cat pose with the chair. So bringing yourself around your chair or turning as I have done, so you can place your hands onto the seat of your chair, walk your feet a little bit away. So we'll We don't have to be absolutely square. And certainly for wrists, we maybe don't want the shoulders directly over the wrists. Slightly behind is okay. But it's a little bit easier to do this with the feet underneath the hips rather than away from you. That makes it quite hard. So feet underneath the hips and softness in the knees. We're going to roll the shoulder blades towards each other, lift the belly, look up, lift the tailbone a little. And as you exhale, round through the spine, draw the chin to the chest, scoop the belly in. Breathing in, lengthen through the crown of the head, lengthen through the body, lift the belly muscles. Breathing out, rounding through the spine, lifting the back of the body up towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll do one more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely stuff. From this rounded position, step your feet towards your chair and then just drape the hands slowly down, bend the knees deeply, keep the bottom tucked under, belly scooped in and roll up to standing. Fabulous. When you do, maybe you want to open your arms a little, draw the shoulder blades towards each other, wiggle anything that needs wiggling. Come back to the back of your chair. So for this next pose, this is like Natarajasana. This is a one-legged pose, Christine. So you don't have to do this one. In fact, I can show you a seated variation of it. So I will show you the seated variation and then we can do the standing variation. So for the seated variation, you want to take to the side of your seat so that you're perching one buttock. So I've got my left leg nearest the back of the seat. So I'm perching my left buttock onto the seat. And I'm going to let my right knee come towards the floor. So if you want to do this variation, then you can, because it doesn't involve standing on one leg. And you can take your right leg as far back as feels comfortable, not forcing the hips to be square, but allowing the movement of the hip to come towards where the left knee is pointing, enough to feel an openness here across the pelvis. And you can hold this for a few moments. It's even better if you can roll the right shoulder open as well. So it doesn't matter what you do, it could be hand on the hip, but rolling the right shoulder back. And then you would swap to the other side, same thing on the other side, rolling the right shoulder open. And you just find the place that feels like that good stretch for you. If you don't mind standing on one leg, if it doesn't affect your hips, then you can stand with your left leg underneath the body, and we're going to bend the right knee and try and catch hold of something behind us. So I recommend holding onto your trousers. If you can easily reach your foot, then you can reach your foot. If you don't have a belt, then holding onto your trousers is a really good option. And if you do have a belt, you can always use it at this point. We'll bring our hips to face towards the chair a little bit. Roll the shoulder blades towards each other. We're trying to keep our knees together-ish. Together-ish will do. And then firm the belly muscles. If you want to move a little bit more, if you feel like you've got more room to move, you extend your right leg behind you as if you were trying to straighten your leg, but really firm in the belly and allowing your right shoulder to come into the movement as well here. A little softness in the right elbow gets you into just the right shape for Natarajasana, the dancer. And if you feel this in your knee at all, then I would resist this pose, come out of it, or you can flex your heel of the right foot and see if that helps. It helps not to move the knees apart from each other, but to keep them in alignment. One more deep breath in, and deep breath out. Then we're going to bring the knees back towards each other, relax the right foot to the floor. Just feel the difference between the two sides of the body. Now we want to do a forward bend desperately after this, but we're going to do the other side first and then come into a forward bend, okay? So coming onto your right leg as your standing leg, right hand on the chair, and then just bringing your left foot up behind you. If you can hold your foot, that's great. If not, holding onto your trousers or using a belt if you prefer. And if you can't do either of those things, you can just use your effort to keep your foot behind you and up off the floor. So we're trying to aim to keep the knees together-ish, roll the shoulder blades towards each other to open the chest, lift in the belly muscles. And if you want to do a little bit more, if you've got more room, you can lengthen the left leg behind you, soften the left elbow so you draw the left side of the chest open as well as the left side of the pelvis. You can also flex your left heel if that feels comfortable. Some people prefer to point the toe, but flexing the heel will protect your knee a little. Standing leg is a touch soft, and making sure not to lift out to the side. We're lifting backwards, opening the chest for a deep breath in, and a soft breath out. Bringing the knees back towards each other, releasing your left foot to the floor, releasing your left hand to the chair. Okay, so well done guys, Natarajasana, the dancer's pose. We're going to do our forward bend seated. And so it's useful to have a, hold on, I'm just going to grab these, which I may need shortly. It's useful to have a block to put your feet on for relaxation if you're doing chair relaxation. If not, you'll have the opportunity to move into a more reclined position. For our seated forward bend, you want to make sure you've got quite a lot of your buttocks and maybe the tops of your thighs on the chair, because as we come forward, we tend to roll towards the top of the thighs. We want to make sure they're supported so we don't fall off the chair. So nice wide knees, toes can point out a little bit if that suits you. We're going to roll our shoulders open. We're going to breathe in, take the arms wide, open the chest, firm the belly, and as we breathe out, imagine we're reaching around that big ball, but we're going to fold all the way down towards the earth. When you come into your forward bend, just resting wherever you are, you can rest the hands onto the calves or the ankles or the feet. You can turn the backs of the hands towards the floor. If it feels comfortable, you can hold elbow to elbow and allow the extra weight of the arms to draw the body further towards the floor, but doing what feels like it's right for your body. So if it feels like a strain or if it feels like too much of a stretch, then just easing out of it a little bit. Here, if it feels comfortable, you can roll the shoulder blades towards each other to create that length down the back of the neck, and maybe just gently turn your head slowly from side to side or nod backwards and forwards. Take some deep breaths. To come up, which we're going to do after our next exhalation, hands come onto the feet or the shins. We're going to pull the belly muscles in, roll the spine up one vertebra at a time, and slide the hands up the legs until we're seated upright. Wonderful. And then just taking a moment to notice if you're feeling woozy at all, and if you are, just staying where you are, not getting up and moving around. And if you need to, you can wriggle your shoulders a little bit, and you can also bring your feet together and place them side by side on your block. So we're going to finish there for today. If you were doing this on the video, you might also like to do a little seated twist or a seated side bend as well. But we have done loads and loads of opening and wiggling today, so we don't need to add that, but if you wanted to when you're practicing on your own, you can. Okay, so for relaxation, if you'd like to move into a different position, you can. If you're on your seat, you want to sit right back into your seat so that your back is supported and have your feet also supported, so that you make a nice little right angle between the thigh and the calf in the knee. And if you prefer to recline on your sofa or in your bed, or if you have joined us from that class and you like to lie down on the floor, then that's fine too. So take a moment to find your comfortable spot. And we're going to place the hands. So if you're reclining, turning the palms open to open the chest. And if you're on your seat, you can also turn the palms open to open the chest, but rest them onto your thighs. Close your eyes and just take a moment to move your awareness around your body to feel how your body feels now compared to how it felt at the beginning of the class. Notice the areas that feel warmed by their effort, that feel lengthened, opened. The places where you feel space. Maybe at the back of the neck, under the chin, down the sides of the body, under the rib cage. It's always good to notice as well anything that you feel that you have overdone, so that you can learn, and next time you practice, you can go with a little bit more ease in that area. Yoga is a lot about releasing our attachments of the goal and enjoying the process of the journey. Let's take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. Repeating 3 more times. A deep breath in. Let all of your effort go. Deep breath in. Let your muscles begin to relax. Last breath in. And surrender back into the chair or down into the floor. Allow your breath to fall into its natural rhythm. Fall away into silence. Take your awareness to your forehead. Feel it soften and spread. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw releasing. Become aware of the back of the body, allowing the whole of the back of the body to feel heavy, warm, supported, releasing back and down into the chair, into the floor. Move your awareness to the front of your body. Become aware of the space all around you. Feel the touch of air on your face. The movement of your clothes on your skin as you breathe. The sensation of holding space in the palms of the hands. Move your awareness to your breathing and gently deepen your breath, inhaling for the count of 3 and exhaling for the count of 3. Inhaling for 3 and And exhaling for 3. Inhaling light, energy, harmony. Exhaling tension, fatigue, negativity. Inhaling light, energy, harmony. Exhaling tension, fatigue, negativity. Allow your breath to move in this rhythm whenever you're aware of it. Relaxing the body a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back to your hands and your feet by moving your fingers and your toes. Maybe roll your ankles and your wrists, bringing the arms and the legs a little bit more to life. When you feel ready, take a long deep breath in, stretch the arms, stretch the legs, if that feels comfortable, stretch the face if you need to. If you're on the floor, you can bend your knees into your chest. Make any movements that you need to. Maybe roll the head from side to side. That applies to everybody. When you're ready, come into a comfortable seated position. Rub the hands together vigorously. Getting lots of heat into the hands, movement into the arms, the shoulders, pressing firmly, rubbing hard. When the hands begin to feel warm, placing them over the eyes. So that warmth of the palms softens and releases the area around the eyes. Blinking into your palms a few times, releasing your hands down when you're ready to open your eyes. Namaste, guys. Thank you for joining me for this practice, the last one before the summer break. And those of you who are on the video, I hope you have a good break. See you again soon. She says, lovely.